I bet that I have the most unconventional how I became a wedding planner story ever. If you want to become a destination wedding planner and you aren't quite sure how to get experience when you have no experience, this video is definitely for you. I'm going to walk you through exactly kind of what I did, what my destination wedding business looks like now, and all the things. So let's get into it. But before we do, if we haven't met yet, hi, I'm Kara. My business is The Kara Report. We write blog posts and do Pinterest management for other wedding pros and creative businesses. And I am also the owner of Love at First Travel, a destination wedding planning company in Canada. So if you're looking for destination wedding planners / travel agents in Canada, definitely check out my business. I'm not working in the business anymore. I'm just doing kind of the marketing, but we definitely have somebody there that will help you out and plan your destination wedding. So if you're a couple that ended up on this YouTube video, it's not really for you. It's going to be about how to get destination wedding couples to inquire, but love you so much. Let's get into it. I'm gonna be very honest about how I got started. I was just planning my own destination wedding, and it was the year, I want to say like 2016, maybe even 2015 when I first started planning my wedding. And there was just like no information online at all. Like everything was hidden behind a contact form. And let me just say that drove me crazy as a bride. And I would venture to say that it drives Gen Z and the couples getting married now even more crazy. Nobody wants information behind a contact us wall. And I know as a vendor how annoying that is, because it would be so much easier. It would make your job so much easier if they would just contact you so you could help them. But nevertheless, that is not what people do. So when I was starting, and like, let's be honest, it was 2015, I probably just wanted to be a blogger when I started the blog. I'm like, I'm just going to put this information online and see what happens. And to be honest, then I had a few people reaching out like, hey, like, what's your advice on this? Or like, hey, my resort said this, like, is this a red flag, etc. Those kinds of questions. And I was like, hey, maybe I can make a business out of this. Like, wouldn't that be wild? And so then, like, when I tell you, I just started so messy, like no business plan, no brand, no like long-term vision. I was just like, destination wedding planner. That sounds like a super fun job. Maybe I should do this for a living. And I wasn't advertising. I was literally like getting, not inquiries, I want to say, because I didn't even have a business at the time, but starting conversations from blogging. And that one blog then turned into a business. I went and got my travel agent license, which, by the way, if you're a destination wedding planner, I believe, while this isn't necessarily like super luxury weddings that I was planning, like I was never like a 6-figure wedding kind of planner. Like we specialized, honestly, we niche down into like the Mexico weddings, the resort weddings, I have a $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 budget. Those kind of like, I know that's a huge range, but those were kind of the weddings that we were doing, but we're making good money doing it. And if that's something that sounds good to you, what I would recommend is probably going the travel agent route and then adding planning services on as like an additional service, or like advertising with planning, and then like do both is what I'm saying, because it really like is a better experience for your couples, and then you'll make more money doing it too. So highly recommend that. So that was basically my story. Like I then went and got my travel agent thing. I invested in an actual website, which is so funny to say because I think I spent like $300 on Fiverr, you guys. And this was like me being like, okay, I'm all in, which is like funny because now 10 years later, that feels like such a small investment for websites. And there are just so many more options. And maybe there were options at that time, but I definitely was not familiar with them. So anyway, it's just kind of like one of those funny things to look at now. But what I want to say to you is then I want to say like I actually got married in 2017, and then I went all in on this, right? Before I was kind of like casually blogging, casually thinking that this is what I wanted to do, but I was really focused on my wedding. In 2017, I was all in. I was blogging like an average of once a week. So it's not like I was blogging daily or anything crazy like that, but I was blogging an average of once a week. I got my butt on Pinterest. And then it was I want to say like end of 2018, 2019, when the business really, really started to take off. So that was amazing. And then this is the even better part, okay? So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh yeah, but like, does blogging still work? Like, I just have to like stop you right there if you're thinking that, because yes, blogging and Pinterest, especially together, are the best strategies to market your business because of how long lasting they are. So, good chunk of the blog posts that we still have on our website today were written in that 2018 to early 2020 time period, because then 2020 hit and our wedding business shut down. We were in Canada, so if you're listening from other parts of the world, we may have been shut down longer or not as long as you. But basically, the business really halted for about 2 years. But what was interesting is we were still getting inquiries pretty consistently, even though we had no new content to share. We were not active on Instagram because nobody wanted to be. Instagram was the least fun place to be when you have nobody traveling and the travel industry is a wreck, right? So we were not showing up there. Inquiries never stopped. And in fact, they've only continued to get stronger despite the fact that we have not written a ton of new blogs. I'll be honest, in end of 2022 and early 2023, I did go in and like kind of update them a little bit, which is crazy now because it feels like I just did that, but it was actually like 2 years ago. I'm like, they're probably due for a little refresh. We still get outrageous amount of inquiries just because we rank for those keywords and people find us. I think it's so important to be like, yes, couples love being on Instagram and they love looking on Instagram and seeing kind of like what's available and being inspired. But for couples that are ready to make a booking decision, they're often going online and checking out places like Google or Pinterest to find like real information. And that is when they make a booking decision. And our business, our wedding business, including travel revenue, so all the revenue makes over 7 figures a year now, which is just like, pinch me. Like, I'm shocked. So anyway, all that to say, if you want to be a destination wedding planner and you don't have any experience doing destination weddings, I would recommend, like highly recommend, your first step to just be like, get educated, write blog posts about your experience. If you're planning local weddings right now, you have a lot of experience that can be extended to destination weddings. You just need to get in front of those destination keywords and be patient. That's like my other number one tip that nobody wants to hear. Like, commit to blogging once a week for a year. If you can't do it, obviously you can hire someone like me to do it for you. I also have a free guide about writing blog posts that sell your services in the comment below. I gotta figure out what that's called. But if you grab that below, I walk you through kind of my formula on writing blog posts that sell, or again, hire someone to do it for you. I would love to. Destination weddings are my absolute favorite thing. So that's one of the biggest reasons that I think blogging is one of the best ways to become a destination wedding planner, because you just simply cannot become a destination wedding planner unless couples book you to plan destination weddings. So that's a great way to get in front of them. I would also say blogging is a super great way to build trust with them because, again, you're showcasing your expertise, you're giving them what they want. It's just like transparency really opens the floodgates of trust, right? So if somebody finds you on Google and then they're binging your blog post and they're like, wow, she really knows what I'm talking about, you start to imagine that they would be really valuable on your team. And then you reach out. So I'm going to link to another video I did about the format that I've used to write blog posts quickly. And in there, I have additional tips for you on making sure that your content is digestible for the person that's actually going to be reading it. Definitely check out that one next. But my point that I want to leave you with is that you don't have to have a huge following. I've never had like 100,000 monthly views on my blog, and I don't have a massive portfolio on there. So none of that stuff is required. You just need like good information, and you need to obviously be good at what you do, get reviews, do a good job, and you'll be a destination wedding planner like literally before you know it. By literally before you know it, I mean like 2 to 3 years. It takes time, okay? But my point is that it does happen, and I really believe that blogging is the absolute easiest way to make it happen. When you think about marketing on Instagram, and you don't have any destination weddings to show, it is a hard thing to do. So that's my piece of advice and a little bit of my story. Definitely head to the show notes if you have any questions, and yeah, reach out if you want help.